contacted Anthony Pepe. Pete was living in Bristol and I was living in London, and we wanted to get our first home together. So we contacted, as you do, many estate agents, but Anthony Pepe stood out for us. They were really friendly, and they seemed to have more of the properties that we were looking for. They had a really good selection on their books.
I mean, we found Anthony Pepe were very personable, and you know, it's not because it's not a huge estate agency. You ring up and you get to speak to the same people, and they always knew who you were straight away, and they were always really friendly on the phone, which was great.
Yeah, and the other thing they did, which you touched on, they really listened to what you wanted as a client and took you and showed you to appropriate properties rather than showing you things that are out of your price range. You know, Anthony Pepe really focused on what we needed as a couple and delivered. With some of the other estate agents, we felt like just a number, whereas Anthony Pepe, you feel like you actually got to know them. They'd always ask how you are, and actually not just talk about the property and things as well.
And they generally, when you ring Anthony Pepe, you find that you're speaking to you'd always speak to one or the other of the guys who we were dealing with, and there wouldn't be any sort of moment of searching for who are those clients again. They'd know straight away who you are. How's it going? How did you like the property? If you had a thought about it, think about it, and things. So it was lovely. It was great talking to them. We found like the photos to be a realistic representation of what we arrived at the property, and so many agents now, you find they use like big fisheye lenses and to make a room look massive, and you only really realise it when you kind of look at the photo and go, it looks like the toilet's sort of this wide. And actually there wasn't any of that with Anthony Pepe. What you saw was what you got. Even
though we purchased our property before it actually sort of went live, before it got listed, so they hadn't done their floor plan yet, we still requested it and they provided it for us straight away. It was, it wasn't like, we've got the offer now, we'll slack off. They treated us, with respect throughout.
Absolutely. And it was lovely, they'd occasionally phone and just sort of see how it's all going, how everything's progressing and stuff, just sort of progress updates and things. We certainly didn't feel kind of like abandoned once we'd had the offer accepted and gone, okay, that's fine, done, move on to the next thing. We felt very much that they were still part of the process. So.